And let's get you the big global headline. In fact, everyone's watching the situation in Japan after an earthquake measuring 7.6 on the Richter scale hit Japan and two of the prefectures. Getting you details, this is north central Japan, where the 7.6 magnitude earthquake was recorded earlier today. And the Japan Met Agency also issued a tsunami warning along with coastal regions of Ishikawa, Niigata and Toyama prefectures after a series of strong quakes shook western areas. And there are several videos that have also surfaced showing buildings collapsing during the strong earthquake, especially in Ishikawa prefecture in Japan. And one such video that's come in showing a building collapsing during a strong earthquake in Ishikawa prefecture. Getting in more details of Hokuriku Electric Power, one of the agencies there, saying that it's checking for any irregularities at its nuclear power plants. Japanese public broadcaster NHK TV also talking about the different precautions being taken, especially in the nuclear power plants. Given what happened a decade ago, the Japan Met Agency reported a quake hitting Ishikawa and nearby prefectures, one of them measuring a preliminary magnitude of 7.4 to 7.6. And what we know so far is that NHK TV warned of torrents of water could reach as high as 5 meters and urged people to flee to highland or a rooftop of buildings nearby as quickly as possible. These are some more details that we're picking up. Waves more than 1 meter high hit the coast of Wajima city in Ishikawa prefecture, according to some of the details that we're picking up. And also, South Korea's Met Agency saying that sea levels may rise on parts of the east coast after the 7.6 magnitude earthquake in Japan, adding that all residents would have to evacuate immediately to higher ground. These are some details that were broadcast by Japan's NHK earlier this morning when the quake was first reported. A spokesperson for some of the nuclear power plants saying that there were currently no abnormalities at some of the plants, but the company was also monitoring the situation very closely, and that all high-speed trains stopped in one of the cities there after the powerful earthquakes hit western Japan. Now, these are some of the reports that we're picking up from Japan, hoping to get more details in a short while from now. Let's show you some of the pictures that have been coming in earlier today from different parts of Japan. These are some more details that we have of the earthquake. One of the biggest takeaways from the earthquake that hit Japan about 1 decade ago was the impact that the nuclear power plants and the damage that some of them had to face, which took years and years to rectify and to deal with. And after today's earthquake, once again, tsunami warnings have been triggered, and the Prime Minister in Japan has ordered an emergency disaster response. This is after the 7.4 magnitude earthquake hit western Japan, triggering immediate tsunami warnings. And at least two to three cities or prefectures are getting most of the warnings earlier this morning. The Japan Met Agency put the quake at 7.4, prompting immediate tsunami warnings in Ishikawa. Let me go across to Nupur Tiwari. Nupur Tiwari has been living in Japan for many years now, and she's joining us from Tokyo this evening here on Republic TV. Nupur, thank you for speaking to Republic. What is the situation there? How is the government looking at this earthquake and the different warnings that have been issued? What can you tell us of the situation on the ground?
Yeah, hello, good evening. This is the situation is here quite, I would say that the way it started, it's quite stable now. Definitely, the January 1st, I hope you can see me a bit of dark. I'm walking on the road, and this is the New Year season. New Year is very much everybody stays at home. So very less light, less car, less people on the road. And the same thing, Ishikawa prefecture also, experiencing that the 1st January, most of the people, they were at the home, and situation, the moment the earthquake happened, most of the people were at their home and they were celebrating their New Year. New Year starts from 31st and it goes on until 3rd, January 3rd. So situation here, definitely it's a shock, it's a disappointment that the New Year started like that. But right now the situation is quite in control because the local government is doing wonderful work with the evacuation, especially the elderly people. The local volunteers, local government, dedicated disaster management team, they are taking care of the all the people there. The Shinkansen bullet train, they stop the people stuck. Not so many. Again, the good thing is that so many people are not traveling because of the New Year. They travel until 29th, 30th, 31st, until 3rd. Mostly they stay at home. New Year is again the celebrated Japan celebrates New Year very traditional way. They stay at home, they go to shrine, they pray, they eat their traditional food. It's a reunion time. It's a kind of Indian Diwali time here. So that is the reason you can say that people are more disappointed. The time they wanted to have in their hometown, they're back to their hometown. They want to have gala time. They want to go to shrine. They want to pray. They start their new year with the prayers at shrine. Those things are very much disturbed, and that why it started. Why this year 2024 starting with that. But anyways, the Indian embassy also given the number, the emergency number, and the government in Tokyo, government of all those prefecture, they are doing wonderful work with the evacuation. When it comes to earthquake, Japan is already ready with all the tools, with all the dedicated disaster management team and local volunteers, local government, evacuation team, the tsunami, the Ishikawa, Fukui, Fukuoka, Toyama, all those areas with the western coast, they're affected. But the Ishikawa, which is the epicenter of the 7.6 magnitude, this earthquake, that is the 5-meter tsunami expecting. But before that, immediately the government is taking all the evacuation measure and taking everyone away from the tsunami area, where the tsunami can happen. And many people are stuck at the station because they were traveling. Again, as I said, that not so many people because it's a the New Year time, and people are mostly at home. They already travel. Maybe most of the people are tourists who are traveling. But Japan was not ready for it. Japan was not ready to spend their New Year, especially this Osogatsu. Osogatsu is New Year in Japan. The Osogatsu like this is a bit of negative energy. But as after living here, after being here 20 years, I can say Japan is ready for to deal with all the situation like this. Any earthquake, any tsunami, they just with all the positive energy, with all samurai spirit, they're ready to fight with that. So what happened that you cannot change, that you cannot stop, but how you tackle it, how you manage it, that is the way they do it, the Japanese. That is lot we can learn from that. And with that same spirit, the local government, the government in Tokyo, they're working on that. And I'm sure that the nature when tsunami, we cannot stop, but we can save lives, which tsunami could have taken by the evacuation, by the right measure, taking the right steps, and doing the right thing. So as you can see that here also behind me, the road is kind of empty. People are mostly at home, celebrating with their New Year with their loved ones. Very few cars, very few people are on the road. The supermarket mostly they are closed. Only the convenience store they are open. Supermarket closed until 2nd, 3rd. This is the convenience store. You can see few restaurants are open because this is the family time for Japanese, and during this time, this kind of disaster, this kind of unfortunate thing, actually nobody expect, nobody wants. Japan also doesn't want, especially the people in Ishikawa where it happened, where the the epicenter is. In Tokyo, we personally, when it happened, it was we face earthquake almost every day, I would say. So we are kind of used to with it. So when it started, I thought maybe that's the same kind of earthquake. Maybe it is 5, 6, or close to 7. But it took
Yeah.
really long, to stop. So that time I realized, though, it is not the normal one. It's definitely going to, evacuation or the tsunami alert going to have. So yes, the tsunami alert. Otherwise, Japan, without tsunami, Japan is pretty ready to manage earthquake wherever it is. Doesn't matter. And a few houses, all those areas, few houses are a little bit fire. Few houses are old houses are broken. Definitely,
Okay.
they are.
Nupur, Nupur,
Those areas are quite western coast. And,
Nupur, I'm just
many old
interrupting you
houses
there
are
for just a second because we're getting in some breaking news now. I think I've lost the line there with Nupur Tiwari joining us live from Japan. Thank you, Nupur, for joining us live with all those inputs. She's taking us through the situation there and how people are responding to reports of the tsunami warning as well.